This show is proudly brought to you by Grosity.
Growing up, I was very skinny kid, and you are very tiny, you are kokoro, you are tiny timite. Then I'm growing up, I'm like, let me add a little weight, you are too fat. So I didn't know which part of my body to accept. So in the space of not loving my body, I just didn't find myself as attractive or whatever. But there's a part of me that I space out into when I dance. And I'm everybody there.
It didn't matter who the world, society said was better than me or not as great as I am. The focus for me became that my superpower. That was when I understood that I had a superpower.
It's not every day you feel like, great, I can conquer the world today. It's not every day. Some days you're just like, whoa. I just want to lie down and do nothing. I'll be taken care of.
I was rebellious about the idea that I'm not going to be conforming to what it is you tag as successful. In Africa, we're very limited with that scope. But there was confidence in that knowing. I don't know where it came from. That's what when she was talking about this, it's like a superpower.
Yeah.
It's intuitive. You just know without even knowing, and that's the divine confidence. The one that cannot be explained, but is present.
Hi, I am Tope Olonio, and you are welcome to Her Next Chapter. This is a space for women, a space where we slow down, breathe, and talk about things we don't always say out loud. The real life, the real feelings, the real becoming. Because sometimes we just need to know that we're not alone in figuring it all out. So yes, I invited women I love and respect, and trust me, they have some notes from their own chapters that they want to share. Grab your pen and your paper, because I am passing the phone to them.
Hello? Hi, what's up now?
Hello there, it's Dr. Kaffy.
Oh, no. It's Gbemi.
No, it's Waje. So here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm a guest on Her Next Chapter on Tope Olonio TV.
And I am live on this week's episode of Her Next Chapter on Tope Olonio TV on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we are shooting now, so I'll see you. Bye.
Good to have you here, my queen.
Thank you for having
Happy
us.
International Women's Month.
Oh, this is true. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
I do my own like this.
Millennials and Gen Xers. No, no.
Clock it.
Okay.
It's so amazing to have you ladies here, and I'm so excited about the chain of conversations that I want us to have. And for the benefits of every woman watching, I want us to be as expressive as we can to help them usher them into their next chapter. And I want us to start by talking about confidence, because that's something that a lot of we women go on a journey to discover. As much as some of us present to be very confident, sometimes we're navigating. Wait, why did you laugh? I wasn't shading you. I just looked at you while I said it.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of confidence presenting women, and then there's some of us that don't even know how to navigate it. Maybe I'll direct my question to you. So in terms of confidence, when would you say was the time that you said, you know what, I feel this insecurity in this and in that, and for my work, for myself, to be able to show up as the woman that I want to be, I want to look at myself in the mirror and I want to build this confidence in myself?
I mean, I started laughing when you said
Presenting.
because I present and I'll say this. I think that started for me towards like my late 20s into like my 30s. Like especially when I turned 30, I felt like, okay, and what are you gonna say to me now? Like I'm grown, that sort of thing. But it's not every day. that I think it's an exercise. Not every day you feel 100%. It's not every day you feel like, great, I can conquer the world today. It's not every day. Some days you're just like, whoa, I just want to lie down and do nothing. I'll be taken care of. So it's a constant exercise, I think. You definitely have to just keep working at it. And even if you're not feeling like it that day, present as if everything is okay. You are the,
most confident.
But the most confident,
Fake it till you
excuse
make
my
it.
language, the baddest be right at that moment. But who's gonna know?
Nobody's gonna know. Unless you tell them, they're not gonna know.
Exactly.
Waje, I want to talk to you about confidence in music, in your career, in a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
How would you say that you have, maybe not how would you say, what's one experience that you had that you knew that there was a time that I didn't have the confidence to do what I just did?
I'll say not so long ago, funny enough.
Okay.
It was 2016.
Okay.
Echo Hotel, there was a show. I had just finished shooting The Voice. And then there was a concert and I was performing. And so I just freestyled on stage, and literally was in control of the band. And my vocal was T. And when I was done, I didn't even realize what I did until my assistant showed me the video. Everybody, when you're on stage, sometimes you pretend like you're not seeing because you're sort of like checking yourself, or you don't want to be scared or anything like that, or nervous, there's anxiety and all that. So when I was done, even I told myself, Waje, who you say you are? Absolutely. And that was when I understood that I had a superpower. And it didn't matter who the world, society said was better than me or not as great as I am. The focus for me became that my superpower. So every time you see me, I'm projecting what I know I have. So like you, yes, it's not every day you show up, but the great thing about what we do is that superpower is always there. It's a gift that God gave you. So every time you just kind of push it forward and it helps you balance. So I guess that's my story.
Okay, I love it. Kaffy, now with dance, before we started the conversation, we're already talking about sensuality and connecting with yourself and also linking that to confidence. We know you as an amazing performer, but in the early years of your journey, let's go back. What would you say that you struggled with, that you had to deal with? Like, for me to build this career, I need to be confident in this.
Okay, I'm going to answer that question in two parts.
Tell
there's
me.
a part of self-acceptance, and there's a part of the rebellion of being who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
The rebellion of being gave me the confidence to be that, because I was rebellious about the idea that I'm not going to be conforming to what it is you tag as successful. In Africa, we're very limited with that scope, and we just believe that success is tied to certain limitations based on what people have seen as it worked. But I'm built different, right? Yeah. But there was confidence in that knowing. I don't know where it came from. That's what, when she was talking about this, it's like a superpower. Yeah. It's intuitive. You just know without even knowing, and that's the divine confidence, the one that cannot be explained, but is present. Then the other part is the human side. That is where the vulnerable side is, the part where I struggled with, where programming and the negativities of life that you need to shed off, where my body, I was shamed with my body a lot. And the shaming came in dual ways, so it was really traumatizing. Growing up, I was a very skinny kid, and you are very tiny, you are kokoro, you are tiny timite. Then I'm growing up, I'm like, let me add a little weight. You are too fat. Oh, wow. So I didn't know which part of my body to accept. So in the space of not loving my body, I just didn't find myself as attractive or whatever. But there's a part of me that I space out into when I dance. And I'm everybody there. I'm Queen Elizabeth, I am Gwyneth Paltrow, I love it. I am whatever I wanted to be. So dance gave me that surreal environment to be malleable. So where my body could not morph into what is accepted by you, my essence morphs into what is accepted by me. A gift. And that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Amazing. Oof, that was very deep. That was so deep. Ooh, all right. Now, confidence in work. Confidence in that thing that you're passionate about, and being able to translate that to money. I want to talk about that. Money for women.
Oh my
I want
God.
to talk about motherhood and money. You reactions just took me out.
Yeah, right. I love it.
Baby, let's talk about that money. Motherhood, combining motherhood and career, combining motherhood and business. There are a lot of women that the whole motherhood journey is overwhelming. And just that overwhelming feeling, some of them struggle to come out of it to be able to find themselves again. And you have Gbemi Soke shoes, you have your career, you have off air. How do you manage it all with motherhood? Because sometimes I'll text Gbemi, are you not doing? She's like, oh, I have to take my daughters. And I'm like, wow, all right.
I think that first of all, you have to know yourself and know what you want to do. And don't allow anyone push you. That's why I'm one and done. I have one child and I'm done. I'm not doing it again. There's no amount of money you can offer me in this world. And, you know, luckily my husband and I have agreed. Because have you met our daughter? She's like 3 people.
Yes.
She's a lot of work. Like, she is intelligent, she's energetic, she wants to do everything, she's talented. So from when she was small, he was like, we're not doing again. No. Even as a kid, like she was, as like a baby, because she just turned 5. And he was just like, imagine if, I said, oh, you want to have twins. Imagine if you had 2 of her. I said, I would just die. Because she's a very energetic kid and she wants your attention and she wants it now. So that's, I was just like, okay, number 1. Number 2, I think that in this industry, you have to fight your way through, especially once you have a baby, once you get married, because there's something they do where they try to relegate you to kind of like, this one is a mommy now. Let's just, like, even, it's not even just work, down to even invitations to events now. You'll be like, you just be at home. Maybe it's a yearly event, and you're looking online. You're like, they had this event. Where's my own invitation? They invited me the past 5 years. What happened? Because I had a baby. Oh God, now wow. Like they just kind of. I don't know if it's on purpose or whatever. I'll give you an example. I was working on radio, and then I took maternity leave. And a week to when I was to resume, I get a call from HR and they're like, we'd like to have a meeting with you. I was like, what did I do now? What did I do now? What happened now? And so she was like, oh, so we're thinking maybe you'd like to move to Classic FM. I was like, no. Why? She was like, oh, you know, and then we're thinking, you know, maybe you would, because you've been at the beat for maybe 10 years. And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, maybe you would like to move to Lagos Talks. I was like,
why?
No.
Why?
You know, and then I was like, what is this supposed to mean? Like, what kind of nonsense is this? And I also noticed that when we turned 30, like our set, when I say our set, like those of us who were working at the beat at the time, once we started turning 30, in our 30s, we started hearing, you guys are old. From management, you guys are old. You guys are old. And I was like, you cannot tell me I am old when the number 1 breakfast club in, like, the number 1 radio show in the world is the Breakfast Club, and their average age is 45.
45.
You cannot tell me anything. Angie Martinez is in her 50s.
Yes,
and she's still doing shows.
Yes.
So please, what are you talking about? My ear is not working anymore, or what? So you know, you kind of have to push and fight back for things like that, especially if you know your job. You know, it's so funny because I say it all the time, and I say it to the person who's been my boss at the time. They went and hired a bunch of Gen Zs. Oh yeah, they're going to revive the station. They all left in like 18 months. They didn't do the work. They would call in sick for the smallest things. Like they didn't do the work that we did. So they all left. They're not there. They've all gone. So I was just like, You see now, like, you know, at the end of the day, this industry that we're in can be very, I don't know what word to use, but when it comes to women that have, except you are ready to embrace that mommy, because what happens is once they have a baby, they get married, they become like a mommy content creator. Right. And I'm like, I'm not a mommy content creator. I don't want to be talking about, and there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, I just noticed that a few things would happen where they will kind of leave you out. You know, certain things, they'll kind of leave you out, they'll kind of move you. Meanwhile, I have colleagues that I started out together who are men, who have 3 children, 4 children, who are older than me, but they still get the jobs. The other day, I'm going to end this with this. The other day, a company was celebrating a male OAP colleague of ours, again, older than me, who had hosted a particular show for, I think, 9 or 10 years straight, and they were clapping for him. I said, that's wonderful. But you would get him a co-worker, a co-host, and you would change the female co-host every year. So nobody can even claim that accolade and say, oh, I've hosted this show for 9 years. You kept him there, but you were moving all the girls today as if no, they were side dishes. Oh, today plantain, today coleslaw, today this girl. They will even fly women in from outside the country to host this event, co-host this event, but they left this person there. And I'm just like, give us the chances like that. They don't do that. They will move you around and get the next girl, and then the next girl, and then the next girl. So if you don't, in this industry, create something for yourself or find a way to push your, move, you have to, you have to muscle your way through. If not, they will push you to the side. All because you had a baby, all because you got married.
Oof.
Aha.
Now, watching this and knowing, or watching these experiences and knowing that it comes with the terrain and dance, most especially, I would say that you have done so well to remain Kaffy. Let's even be very honest.
Not been easy,
and be a mom. What would you say was one of the challenges that you knew beforehand, that you felt like you were prepared for, but when it happened, you still felt like, I wasn't prepared enough?
First of all, I mean, I chose a career that was particularly seen as bottom barrel, really. Even amongst the top barrel of the bottom barrel, because even the Nigerian perception of creative people, artists, is very bottom barrel thinking, right? You're an entertainer, so they want to relegate you there. When you're popular, they associate with you, but they dissociate with the essence of you because of entertainer, right? That is the public perception, pre-programmed before we all got here.
Yeah.
Then we are now in a space where, to an extent, the artist of the music has done a good job to elevate itself and be seen as something viable with security enough for people to respect. Dance, on the other hand, it was a maladious thinking to bring the essence of high level of who I am into what is least valued, but now try to elevate that all up in that whole space of patriarchy, misogyny, and all the objectification of women. So if she is objectified and relegated from the essence of being presenting something in that level of, presentation, how do you think they're going to treat, or they treated me?
Absolutely.
But I don't conform to that. She said something very critical. You create the world, they want to be part of that. And that's what I did, right? I became an engine, a system of the world itself, not someone that needed the system to accept me. No. I understood the system, saw it leaks, and decided to be the plumber there, right? And they needed the plumber all the time. And that's how the sustainability I see in the Kaffy brand came from that. I've worked with Waje, I've worked with Whiskey, I've worked with Tiwa. I didn't work with them saying I won't blow. I work with them so that they can blow.
Right.
I work with Waje to say, why they come to me and say, I want to be better? Why they not? I didn't go to Waje and say, please, let me be in your music video so that I can blow, which is what we're seeing now. So if you're looking at my own trajectory, it came from offering a service that helped the system nurture the system.
Value
So
exchange.
it's that value exchange. And that was the struggle from the beginning. So the struggle to see, so it was like they're trying to relegate you. Let's say, I'm a dancer. I'm doing you a favor by putting you in front of the camera. I said, no, I'm doing you a favor by retaining the rotation you require. I'm the one helping you have 25 more plays than you should have had. I figured out where the bottom line was, and I knew I was part of that bottom line, and I expressed it very well with the way I was able to stand for what I was doing. That's basically what it was. So age and all these things, it always comes to play. There's always a girl who always have bigger hips. She's always going to be sexier, finer, more whatever, further vixenish thing. But there's no Kaffy. There's no two Kaffy. There's no two energy of Kaffy. There's no two creations of Kaffy. There's always going to be one of that. And I'm okay moving from a lane, a pathway that I've created into another one to find another. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
You couldn't expect me to continue to be a video vixen when I've opened the doors for more girls to be able to see that is something viable.
Yes.
I'm not going to compete with that, but if I have to be a video vixen, they will still learn. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I keep evolving. I think evolution is one of the most important factors for even us women. To evolve in a space whereby they don't see you as you were, but who you are keeps astonishing them.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she still here? I've had a male artist tell a video director to edit me. Now you hire me. But he said, edit her out of my own music video.
Wow.
So if he was putting me like 10 times, say, you come in at Kaffy, on the video. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to manage challenges around that kind of insecurity of people because of my audacity to be able to show myself. I'm a dancer, I'm still insecure. You're on the stage, I'm here to compliment you. But you're still insecure, there's something's wrong with you, not with me. So to just wrap it all up, survival came from creating the doors that do not exist. The tables that were not there. People wanted to be on my table because they wondered, how come I had a buffet? When I shouldn't even have the ingredients. So that's just it for me. I know they care. I don't care. When it comes to age, I don't care. Why they tell me all the time, I say, you always look good. I look good. At 80, you're going to watch me on TV.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
I love it. We're going to go on a break. But when we come back, I want to talk about insecurity and evolution for women, because there's a lot of insecurities that we have to navigate, most especially with our bodies, with our health. Let's go on a break. When we come back, if you're a woman, I'm sure you want to listen to this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. When companies say they care about their people, it is the small practical things that truly matter. This is where care meets action with Grocery. Grocery partners with companies to provide food baskets and subscriptions that support employees at home, not just at work. It is thoughtful, it is practical, and it is care that people genuinely feel. Because when employees are supported at home, they show up stronger everywhere else. Visit corporate.grocery.com to book a demo and get you started. Waje, I want to start with you. Why are you smiling?
I don't know why. I'm always smiling.
Yes. I want to talk to you about insecurity and motherhood. Now, when you had your child, was there anything that you say you struggled with in terms of your
My body?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, even before I had my child, you know, I've always been heavy at the top. So I used to hate it. And I'm not going to lie, all through my 20s, even after you guys, we all knew, I used to wear like 3 bras.
Yeah.
Literally, I would go and buy Coste. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. 3, I will wear it and tighten it so that they look like peanuts, because I used to be very uncomfortable about how heavy I was at the top, and I wasn't quite heavy underneath, you know, but I had a small waist, which was one of the great things that God gave me. But I got to a point where I said, especially motherhood does that to you. It starts making you think about how you are replicating yourself in your child, right? So I got to a point where I needed to be confident, so that's the sort of energy my daughter gets from me. So I would ask my friends how they think I look, but if I notice that you're going to say anything derogatory or you're going to make fun of me in some way, I'll shut it quickly. I always believe that people use jokes to say how they feel.
Yes.
So I'm not the type that you will joke about my body and I'll be smiling. You understand? I've had experiences. I remember in 2013, I was performing at a show and it was live, and I was trending on Twitter because somebody posted that I looked like a DSTV remote. Yeah. At the time, I had not built my confidence about how I looked and how I felt, so I was very insecure in myself. But shout out to friends like MI and, you know, and a few others and even you, Kaffy, you know, we had that conversation. So at some point, I really don't send you. Now I feel like I have the best body that anybody can.
Love it.
You know.
Love it. Do you think that comes with age, Gbemi? Do you think that body confidence, especially after having a baby or children, do you think that comes with age?
I don't know. I can't speak for everyone.
Yeah.
So I think that for some women who they might be older than I am, and you know, and they're still battling with how they look, they're still trying to, do you understand? I feel like you have to love yourself regardless of, and here's what I used to tell myself. Yeah. Nobody has it all. Okay? The finest babe with the finest shape, with everything, maybe her breath stinks. The finest guy with the best, he's so fine, he's so good looking, and he has a flatulence problem. Something, everybody
Has
has
something, yeah.
that is not 100%. Nobody is 100%.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Nobody is 100%. Look, I'm not going to mention anybody, but some people are regarded as the most beautiful in the world. Why do they still filter? Why are they editing their pictures? Why are they shrinking their waist? Why? I'll mention one person. I won't mention
Hey,
who.
don't
Well,
mention.
no, I'm not going to mention who. Like, it's a national superstar. Like,
Right.
superstar of all superstars. She attended this event. And the picture she posted, well, people were like, oh, wow, wonderful, beautiful, this. And then an influencer met her at the event and was so excited and took a picture. Maybe the influencer just posted it like, look,
Without
I took a picture
filter.
with this person.
Oh.
I was like, beautiful woman, gorgeous. But I was just like, well, look, all of us have problems, I think. Well, look, God has made us beautiful. What was that saying? He has made us in His own image. We're all beautiful, but nobody has it all, 100%.
But Gbemi, can I add to what you're saying? The crazy thing about it is that, like you said, beautiful woman, many times our insecurity is why people will see the other part of us that is not beautiful, because that's what we're projecting. The reason why we're having this kind of show is because I was inspired. I never used to, like, I won't wear stuff that won't show my legs, or rather that will show my legs. I won't do any of that until I'm another superstar, Nigerian, doing really well. And she posted herself in a bikini and she was like, yeah, I'm a mom and I have stretch marks, but why not? And she looked great. So I stopped thinking, because I now realized that there were other women like me who probably are going through the same things I'm going through. We're wondering about our bodies, we're aging, things are happening. All people need to see is how well we're growing in that. And one great example right now is Rihanna, 3 kids down, and she still wears what she wants to wear. Absolutely. So I thought I add that.
And then I also feel like, look, for you to sit down and troll someone on their looks, you are not happy. There's something wrong with you. No, it's true. And I'm calm now, but back in the day, I used to give hot. Somebody would say something, I would say, I looked at your background. See Sparrowjara on the compound wall. You are standing beside Konga. My friend, go and fix your life. Like, do you understand? Like, because you can't sit. You are busy. You are busy. All the people here are busy.
We're all busy.
So you imagine staying on set for 12 hours. I should now pick up my phone and say, see her K-leg. I would never. I'm busy.
Right.
I'm gainfully employed. I'm tired.
Yes.
You see, I will now be getting upset about one awaiting result person that doesn't have work, that has not eaten today. Please, no. Like now I'm calm. Now I'm like, I'm a mom now. Let me not be quarreling on the internet. But before, you say one, and insult your family, insult your whole ancestors, that people that have not come. But now it's like, it's okay, no problem. But now I realize, like, nobody who is doing well will sit and insult you, like, and sit and write, see this one's shoe. See this one's leg, see this one's toe, see this one's, do you understand? Nobody.
I want to talk about her next chapter. A lot of women are evolving. Some are aware of it, some are not aware of it. And I want to talk about our personal evolutions as individuals. You see how you talked about how you constantly evolve and how you constantly give yourself room. I was talking to my cousin, she's in SS3, and she told me she wants to be a data analyst, but she also wants to be a stylist. And she's like, her dad says she has to be one. And I'm like, no,
you can do
You can
anything.
be as many things as you believe that you have the capacity to be. You just have to know that you have to learn it, you have to get better at it. Sometimes you'll fail, sometimes you pick yourself up. And I felt like in that moment, I was even telling myself about how I was juggling so many things that I loved. But I didn't even realize that I had evolved in that many ways, because for as long as I knew, I just wanted to be a TV host, but I also was passionate about acting. And I was like, oh, let them not feel like, when I'm acting, let them not feel like, oh, she's no more hosting. And then I'm acting like, oh, let them not. It was so many levels and so many layers. And I thought, her next chapter is going to be beautiful, because I want to have women who can come and talk about their next chapters that they were in, that they knew, or they also wanted to develop this other side of their life. And centering this now to income, streams of income. We have Affirmations by Waje.
Yes.
As an artist, and with the Nigerian mindset, a lot of people will feel like, oh, as an artist, you should just focus on your music, but you do have Affirmations by Waje. When would you say that? You would say, this was a time that I knew that I needed to do something that I was passionate about.
I think for me it would be when so I've always been passionate about a lot of things. I wanted a talk show, I wanted fashion, but I just never really figured out how to navigate it. So which is why, your tribe is also very important, And so one day I'm having a conversation with my manager and he says, okay, you want a brand, but you're always in the gym. So do something that people can relate to because they know that you're also very fitness centered, So we gave birth to Affirmations by Waje. And outside that, I was telling, I think it was Gbemi I told when I came in, I just shot a show, Who's Listening with Waje for adolescents, for kids 13 to 25, because there's so many spaces. Now, for me, I'm a Christian, and I truly believe in the Word of God. And if you remember in Genesis, when we're talking about the Garden of Eden, there were 4 rivers flowing into the garden. One stream of income is not enough.
Yeah. I like that perspective.
No, 4 streams. Yes, you have to. I flip lands. When I have the money, I buy land. When I'm broke, I sell it and I keep the money. There's always something. Sometimes you can even be in a conversation with your friends and you hear somebody and you're like, oh, a friend of mine put it in our group today and was like, oh, I'm trying to research agriculture and all that. I said, please, I'm calling Gibbs when you are ready.
Yes,
I may do it, I may not. But my point is, as you grow, you always have to evolve. And evolving isn't just that thing you do best. Evolving is learning other things to add to that because, you want to leave the world in a better place. And to be honest, you can't really think in your best optimum self or be your best optimum self if you're trying to survive. Survival mode is why a lot of people really don't get or reach their potential, So for me, I always knew that music is enough, but not really enough, So from The Voice Nigeria to Affirmations by Waje, through The Voice, because I do vocal lessons every year.
Yeah.
So I already started calling myself The Voice before The Voice hired me. Now my vocal school is coming out soon. Ooh. I've recorded my modules. My point is, the more of as you discover yourself, you see rooms and different ways you can make money. So why leave it?
Amazing, amazing. Gbemi, I want to talk about Gbemi shoes.
Okay.
I want to talk about what inspired it, because I feel like I know what inspired it. But
I know what inspired
it. Exactly. But for the people watching, because sometimes someone can be watching and be like, I don't know where to start from. I don't know what I have that I can translate into another stream of income. Let's talk about it.
So Gbemi Shoes started in 2015 because I wear a size 43, which is US 11, which is UK 9. If you're a woman, you notice that from size 41 and up, it's difficult.
It's difficult, yes.
Whether you're abroad, whether you're in Nigeria, it's difficult. So think of early 2000s. You're in Nigeria, you have a wedding, the Ashwebi is orange. You have nothing.
But black.
Match it. Exactly. Black. You understand? You go to the market, you go to Yaba, you go to Lagos Island, and you couldn't find anything. So what I would do is when I would travel for work or for pleasure or whatever it is, I would just buy for myself. And after some time, I started to buy for other people. I'll just buy shoes in an extra suitcase. And then that time there was no Instagram, so I would post it on my BBM status, post it on Facebook. Those posts are still there today. And say, these shoes are available. If you're interested, holler at me. Let me know what your size is. And that's how I started. So I would literally come with a suitcase of, or sometimes I would buy from people who would bring lots of containers of shoes and stuff like that. And then eventually I was like, let me just try and create my own shoe brand. And so I went to different countries, and all of them were telling me, oh, that's the minimum quantity they could make was thousands and thousands and thousands. Eventually, I got samples from different companies, and then eventually started with a set of, just one design was flats. It was black and it was green. They could only allow me 2 colors, and the minimum that I could make for me was 600 pairs. This was 2015. Wow. And so the shoes came. So the shoes came, and I was like, that's very good. And I kept them in different places. I kept some in my parents' house. I just moved to my own flats, kept some in my flat, kept some in my colleague's house.
That's a lot.
And I ignored the shoes. It was February 2015. I ignored the shoes because I was like, what was I thinking? Have you seen 600 pairs of shoes together?
Are you telling me? Of course.
I've never shipped anything like that before in my life. So I was like, I was afraid. So I left it from February to about April. And then I was like, I cannot allow my money just go like that. Let me just try. So I put some on Konga, put some on Jumia, got a friend, my friend Kumbi, April by Kumbi, was the one who directed the photo shoot. She called her friend Noe, said, oh, that one has nice legs, let's take pictures, like that. And then, you know, I called Mr. INE, BHM, please, I need PR, what can we do? So we sent everything to the blogs, and they finished me. First of all, some were like, oh, congratulations, and some were like, Gbemi, it's okay shoes, and you're giving us flats. And only 2 colors. Is that so? I mean, because Gbemi Soke means lift
Yes, I
me
know.
up, you know, in Yoruba. So they were like, So, and I was like, it's
Nigerians.
okay, thank you. That's what I can afford. And I will start from, and then the next batch was heels, and the next batch from there, like that. Now, having a business in this country is not easy because you can wake up and one policy can shift everything. Absolutely. When I started the business, the dollar was, I think, I can't remember, it was 120 or 190. And then one day we wake up and the dollar is 300 and something. That day I sat on the floor, I cried. I was like, what am I going to do? Yeah. You know, so, and because also the vision for the brand, I'm a very real person. I don't like to deceive myself. I'm not going to, I knew that majority of people in this country are hungry.
Yeah.
Let's not start another luxury brand.
Yes.
Luxury. And people cannot afford it.
Can I high five you? That's exactly
you're competing
affirmation.
I 3-5 you.
You're competing with
Yes.
Do you understand? So
Yes.
no, and this was even 2015 when the economy was still okay.
Yeah.
So the plan was I didn't want it to be expensive. I wanted it to be just reasonably priced, and it's been a struggle trying to keep that, you know, because things are so expensive now. But look, some days I'm just like, this business is annoying me. I'm just going to shut it down.
Never.
No,
she said someday.
Last year, for the month, I was like, I don't want to be stressed. For the month of July, I disabled the account. I was like, everybody go. Just go first. Let me figure out myself, what I want to do, if I still want to keep this brand, etc. So it's not been easy, but so that's literally the genesis of why I started Gbemi Soke. I also have Insta Nail, which is a press-on nails brand, because I do not like wasting time. Nails take my time. I'm not going to sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're doing shako. So so Insta Nail came about where you just click. These are press-ons.
Amazing.
5 minutes.
Insta Nail, guys.
5 minutes.
Wow.
I don't have time, especially now that I'm a mom. I have things to do. I don't have time for this. So I used pain points to create businesses that I knew that other women would appreciate. So of course, when Gbemi Soke started, we make up to 47. There are women who had never worn heels or women's shoes until we came around because they used to wear either palm slippers or sneakers. So imagine a babe who wears size 46. And she's thinking, God, what am I going to do? Am I going to wear sneakers on my wedding day? And she's able to wear heels. Or she's able to wear something nice because there's a brand catering to her. So yeah. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that you also said that last year you thought to take a break. Because sometimes I feel like we women are too hard on ourselves. And sometimes you just need to take a break. You need to breathe. There's no pressure and not to stop, but just to breathe and to recalibrate and just figure it out. So yes, if you're watching and you need to breathe, please breathe and center yourself. Kaffy, I want to talk about, before we wrap up, I want to talk about boundaries. And I want you to start that conversation. Boundaries with family and with friends. Okay, Waje, it seems like you're not going to be able to wait for Kaffy to start.
No, let Kaffy go. Let her go.
I want to talk from an experience that you had with a family or with a friend, and you felt like, you know what, this doesn't sit well with me, and I'm going to need to set a boundary. Because there are a lot of people that don't know that you need to set boundaries, and there's people pleasing, there's overextension of yourself. And in your next chapter, you need to have those boundaries.
Yes, before I even enter the boundary issue, I want to quickly, just for people who are in the creative space as I am, as she has affirmations with Waje and she has Gbemi Soke shoes. So people always wonder, what can I do else with dance than dancing? There's a lot. I'm into the creative world generation economy, and I'm really, really big on the creatives building wealth. So that's where I am. So I'm launching a platform called Kaffyverse. And that is where you are nurtured. I call it the Kaffy Boss Academy. How can you become a world generation machine as a creative? So I have 3 faculties: the dance boss, the creative boss, and the stage boss, because I'm a boss of all 3, right? So we have all of that. Everything that's got to do with creative investment, because creative is a new oil. It's the only oil that does not need another human being to come and mine it for you. But you need collaboration, you need resource, you need network, you need all the tools that every business has. So for any creative young lady out there, it's not just about the expression of the talent, it's the innovation of it, it's the mining of it, and it's the expansion of it. And all of that is possible with your creative venture. Just wanted to put that out there.
So when is Kaffyverse coming live?
I have the Kaffy Creative Expo, which is a multinational expo coming up in November, and that's going to be also embedded with my concert in November 29th at the Hotel.
Love it.
And yeah. There's many more
Please,
things
book
with
my
that
table
ecosystem,
now.
but
Like my free table.
Free.
Yes, please, I'm saying it live.
With a capital
Then maybe her next chapter will probably want to sponsor some young ladies. I want to put it out there now.
Okay.
August 8th at Landmark. I have a program for wellness and reformation for the minds of people called Transform with Kaffy. Started it last year.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be giving 10 of your viewers free VIP tickets to come for that
Thank
event.
you.
It's life changing. It's 360-degree life changing. It's mind, body, and spirit, and that's the only way you can get full transformation. So that's that. Coming to the world of boundaries, I am the best and the worst candidate to discuss this because I've been on the other end of it, and I had to trace why was that? Why do I overextend, over-explain? Why do I want to be liked? Why do I want so much acceptance and validation from people? So as much as we talk about boundaries, I have come to learn through my own journey, healing journey, reparenting of myself, and so many other of those journeys that we cannot really discuss in one sitting here. It's really packed. So when people talk about boundaries, it's always looking like a shield expecting an attack rather than an embodiment of what protects
something healthy.
Something healthy that you need to embody to protect your essence. I found out that my weakness was not how I love. My weakness was that I never structured love. I never had a containment for it, right? And understanding that containment, understand the kind of boundaries you need to have. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are practically a nurturing system that protects what it is that you possess, right? And from different kind of people. There's people that they are aggressive in how they approach your energy, and that might deplete you or leak you. Some people are very pokey with their energy, but not because they're malicious or evil. It's who they are. So you need to know who are the needles, who are the suction pipes, and who are the ones that also pour in, and you create boundaries based on that. I realized that a lot of people around me, because of what I do, are takers, not by their fault, but by virtue of who I am. When you are the one that got assigned to pour, you also need to create a dam, right? So that where it is rushing for, it knows where it is, how it is going, or people will take. So when I created systems, it's also because I'm protecting the source, right? So that's what boundaries are really all about. It's not supposed to be a weapon to push people out or an ego trip to prove you are. Because sometimes healing also puts you in a place whereby you over-process, over-spiritualize, and there's always the ego trip when you feel you now know. You need to also still be humble in that space of trying to create boundaries, because not everybody is out there really wanting to attack you. It's who they are, so you need to realize that they are coming from who they are, how they are, but who you are does not align with that form of approach. So you protect yourself, and I'm still learning it, so I'm not going to tell any young lady that I have it. Wow.
Like it's giving,
Well, she's sounding like someone who's in
right? Like you have to be
therapy.
following. Like she's been. Like,
I've been there. And I've been doing the work. And I'll tell you that
It shows.
intensively, the past 2 years has been very eye-opening for me, where I believe so strongly, but we point one finger outward. I have a different, that thought that comes back to you, it's so powerfully packed that you need to realize that the boundary is more for you than for them. People are always creating boundaries for people. The boundary is for you. If you cannot keep the word to yourself, then you're not going to over-talk. Like sometimes when I speak now, I'm like, okay, have I overshared? Have I overspoken? That's me honoring my boundary. When you can honor your boundary, somebody will honor it on your behalf, because how you show up is how they're going to treat you.
Absolutely.
So I feel that boundary is more about you than other people. Or else it will look like you are just trying to attack, or you're creating a wall with ammunition rather than intuition of sitting with who you are and be comfortable. Sometimes we need to be very watchful about the trap of boundaries, because sometimes the trap of boundaries actually protects your wound than allow you to heal them, right? Because this I need to protect this because I was wounded, because I was traumatized, because I was traumatized. Because you are traumatized is not the reason why I create boundaries. Because you've healed, it's because you know now what you are protecting.
What you need to do better.
Exactly. So I can unpack this on different levels, because like I said, I've been on that journey where that has been a major part for me to understand what God has put in me and protect it from
Yeah.
me.
I feel like that was a very wholesome.
Yeah. And to quickly add to what she said,
Tell me.
like, you know, it's so funny that you just said what you said, because I was having a conversation with a very close friend of mine, and she said something to me yesterday that was profound. She said boundaries are how you show up in the world. Because many times people think that, like you said, it's about everyone else, but really and truly it's about you. And when people sort of gravitate towards you, and if you're healed and you're going through your process of healing, regardless of whether it is I'm not ready to be in your face to speak, or I'm honoring me right now, or whether it's okay, come. It's more from a good place, that it doesn't make the other person feel any way. They are more understanding just because of how you've shown up in the world.
Yeah.
So it was so profound that she said
Said
that.
that.
So thank you. Well done.
Let me talk to me.
What would you like to know?
I would talk to them, to be fair.
Okay.
To every woman watching, because we're wrapping up now, to every woman watching that is, she's like, what's my next chapter? How do I even figure out where I am? Let's not even talk about getting into my next chapter. What is something that, I want you to tell her something that can just give her a sense of balance to be able to accept where she is and take steps to go into her next chapter.
It's interesting you say this, because I think the first 6 months of last year were very tough for me. I'd probably say they were the toughest of my life. So it was also around the time that I started Gbemi's fashion series, but it was born out of confusion, because I was like, okay, so what is my next move? What am I doing next? What's happening? What's going on? What are we doing? And for like a few months, I was very depressed. Like, I was just like, what is my purpose? What am I going to do? What's going to happen? Like, it was just a lot. Like, and I didn't know what to do, but I was just like, okay, what am I? Let me think about it. What are my interests? What do I like to do? What am I? Okay, we're trying to do. Off-air was also on TV for a while, and then we were going through this transition phase where we didn't know whether we were going to be on television back again or back to social media, like starting all over again. So we had to figure out what we were going to do. And then I was like, okay, that's off air. So what am I? And then my business too was, everything was going up and down. And I was just like, God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So my prayers were like, just give me direction. What am I going to do? But I also knew that I love fashion and I wanted to do something with fashion. So I started with my friends, the people who, I knew had stores. And I said, I didn't even know what it was. Let me just start from somewhere. And people liked the content. I would go to stores, try on looks that I liked, and just show. And then and I was like, oh, thank you.
I liked it too.
But trust me, the first few videos, I was like, I would go home. I'm like, yeah. But I'd go home. I'm like, so what's the meaning of this now? Do you understand? And then it started to pick up. Next thing you know, brands started to call, and they started to pay me. Please, we want you to come and do this. Want you to come and do. We want you to do that. And then boom. And it has given birth to something else, which I haven't announced yet, but it has given birth to something else.
Do you want to give us like the quick tea?
No. It's fashion oriented. But I think it'll be a good one. So you're always not going to have the answers is my point. But I think that instead of freaking out, yes, you can freak out. Freak out, do you have your meltdown, but really what's important is, okay, what's my next move? Am I going to go get a job? Am I going to start a business? Am I going to whatever it is you need to do, think about it, figure out what your next move is. Like, if you have a talent that you haven't explored, maybe think about that. Are you a cooking? Look, I'm not a cooking person, so I knew that food.
And to crown it,
Yes,
some next chapters are empty. Stay still, do nothing.
Which is also a big problem for me.
Some next chapters are pretty much that.
Yes.
So as much as we are so addicted to doing, and sometimes it can be our own doing, right?
Kaffy
And
be giving us
lyrics. I love it.
because I've been through everything she said and more, and I'm even in that space right now whereby I'm still asking myself, what's my next chapter? So when you see us sit down here, it's not because we have the booklet in the chapter. And let's not also forget one key factor. When you open a novel, chapter 1 could be 5 pages, chapter 2 could be 50, chapter 3 could be 25. Just because chapter 1
can be even one.
and another one can be 1. So please, sometimes every aspect that Gbemi just mentioned that she was looking for a chapter for was still part of a chapter that was yet to be concluded. Do you understand? So she was never out of her own book. She was just trying to flip the chapter, but she was flipping the page towards the chapter without even realizing it. So those confusion, embrace them. The mistakes, embrace them. The fall, embrace them. The rise, embrace them. At the end of the day, when you are cooking soup, If you take the ingredients separately, they might not taste
At
good.
all.
Some, when they come together, is
It
when
tastes
they do.
better.
Some early in the pot without heat doesn't feel sweet. Some it later, after simmering, that they are sweet. What are we saying in essence? Every aspect of you, the thought, the doing, and your doing is still part of that chapter you are looking for. Stay still when you have to. Wait on the Lord.
Amazing. Waje, wrap this up for us, for that girl watching.
Okay, so for you watching, and there are questions going through your mind, and you're thinking, am I enough? Have I done enough? Am I at the right age? Have I lost opportunities? Understand, like Kaffy said, a book has different chapters, right? And in those chapters, stories are being told. So don't start looking for the end of the story before it has started. Stay in your power. Thank God for grace to focus on the day. But the most important thing is knowing that you are on earth because there's something about you that is special. You're not a mistake. So do what needs to be done. If you need to change your circle, change your circle. If you need to be inspired by people who have gone before you, be inspired by them. If anybody age shames you, tell them your age is the right time. Go and do your research. There are so many people that started at 40. So many people that start. When did the McDonald's guy, what age? There are so many people that started even when the world told them that they were late. How old is your president? So use that one, take advice yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't mean that.
All right, guys, it is never too late to dream. It is never too late to dream. It is never too late to chase your dream. And my beautiful sponsors from Grow City have a package for you guys. But before I give you the package, I wanted to just give like a quick rundown of what Grow City does. They sell food, and they sell them wholesale. So you can do bulk purchases. You want to give to your friends, you want to give to your family, you want to give to your staff. They have different subscription levels for you. But they said, beyond just telling people what they do, they want to give my guests gifts to show you that, yes, they do that wholesale thingy. And also something that's like highlights for them is the delivery prices are very affordable. So yes, you're thinking that, oh, I'm buying a lot of food, that's going to be expensive. Nah, that's the X factor there.
That's good.
Yes.
Shout
All right,
out
so
to them.
thank you so much, Grow City.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
So how do people order from them and stuff?
So you go to the app.
Okay,
Grow City, yes,
okay,
you go there, you subscribe, and then you see the different packages that you can have, like an individual package for yourself. You can have a friendship package, so you get like more for less. You can have for your staff, you can have a company, you can have a family. All the packages are outlined there, and they deliver nationwide.
Love that.
Yes.
Well done.
So let's have our gifts from Grow City. Let our guests see what they're going home with. So from my fam bam at Grow City, this is our gift to you for coming to our next chapter.
Thank you so
And we
much.
hope that your next chapter is as
Thank you, Grow
beautiful
City.
as you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate this.
This was fun.
Thank you.
We should do it again.
Oh, all right. Now to every woman watching, whether you are preparing for your next chapter, already walking through one, or you don't even realize that it has started, give yourself grace. You are growing, you are becoming, and your next chapter is still yours to write. Don't forget that new episodes drop every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Tokwe Oloonio TV on YouTube. Now, don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Tokwe Oloonio TV. My name is Tokwe Oloonio, and I will see you on your next chapter. Mwah. Bye.